Okay, as you can see, I have propped up my bed on my truck. Got a nice truck here. Propped up the bed. It's the easiest way to do it. If you got two people, you can take the bed off, but you still got to undo all the electrical for the lighting and whatnot. For one person, this is the easiest way to do it. You see what we have down in here. You got the fuel pump on top of the fuel tank. There's your filler hose. I already see cracks around the edge. That's probably where it's leaking. You'll notice the leaks when you fill up your gas tank all the way, and if it starts leaking underneath, you got a cracked filler hose. You can see right there, if you can. I know it's kind of dark, but we'll be taking this off in just a moment. Make sure you got the bed propped up on both sides to even out the weight. This one I have down on my springs, and the other side I have a longboard to the ground. You could use a chair also if you have to, but on the working side, the filler hose side, you need to have clear space to work. So I decided to do this. Also, make sure you clean around the filler hose before you go. I blew mine out. I'm going to clean it out a little bit more. You don't want anything getting into the gas tank, and this is where everything accumulates from above your bed. Any kind of leaf or pine needles or dirt that falls down catches on top of the fuel tank. Okay, one other thing I just found out. When you remove the filler hose from the gas tank, you need an 8mm socket to catch that screw. It's on the inside. It's turned towards the inside. It's hard to get to, but that's the easiest way to do it. Once you get it, you just got to try to work this filler neck off. It's kind of hard, but work it off back and forth. Eventually it'll come off. A pain in the butt. Bingo. Once you get it off the neck, bring it up nice and slow out of the fuel tank. Now this is where the crack was. When you fill the tank up, gas is going to leak out of that, and you'll know you got a bad filler hose. Let's go ahead and go back to this. We'll clean this up real quick and put the new one on. As you can see, I got the new filler hose in place. It's the same size. Make sure it's the same size, otherwise you need to get a different one. You can adjust the top of the filler hose where the gas cap connects if you need a little more adjustment for length or whatnot. For the bottom here, sometimes you need to use some silicone to get it on. Mine is very clean. We'll try it just by hand. Fits right over, but what I'm going to do is loosen up this a little bit. Stand by. As you can see, these videos are not easy to do with one hand. Loosen this as much as you can without losing it. I'll make it go over the entire opening. Let's try it right-handed. Let's push it all the way down. Okay, it's all the way down. Make sure to turn the filler hose a little bit to basically the position you're going to need. And there we go. All I got to do is tighten up the screw. Okay, make sure you got the filler hose clamp tight, very tight. If it's loose, the whole reason to do this is because sometimes your warning light will come on for a loose fuel cap. If this is loose and allows any air in to escape, it'll also show the same thing. You don't want to do this whole job again. So just make sure it's relatively tight on there. I've seen guys have major issues putting these on because of the age of their truck and the condition, but I was pretty lucky. I keep my truck up very good. So that's the filler tube. It's perpendicular to the side of the truck. I'm going to start lowering the truck now. Okay, now I'm just reattaching the gas cap holder part of the filler back to the truck. This is actually the hardest part of the job so far. I spent less than half an hour on this entire job, and I was able to do it by myself. So anybody can do this job by themselves if they just take their time with it. Make sure to get all 6 of your bolts back in the bed. Like I said, I took out 4, left the back 2, and just pivoted it up as you saw. Make sure your bolts are in good. If they don't go in, use some kind of lubricant to get them back in. But other than that, the job's complete. I hope you enjoyed the video.